Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. In this video, we're gonna focus on the Kandao QooCam AK, but different from my other QooCam AK videos on my YouTube channel, we're gonna talk about this QooCam AK really fast. I'm gonna share with you 16 tips on the basic camera operations, 12 tips for you to capture stunning photos, 10 tips for video, 4 tips for time-lapse, 12 tips for you to master the QooCam app better than anyone else. 6 tips for the QooCam Studio. There are some hidden secrets that nobody has ever told you about. 5 more extra tips on the QooCam AK compatible accessories for you to boost your creativity. We have tons of content to share with you in this video, so let's get started. When you first receive the Kandao QooCam AK, don't forget to open the package, and right inside the package, you will have a hidden rubber frame for you to protect the cameras. I highly recommend you put the rubber frame the first time you have this camera just like this, so that you have a very good protection on your frame, on your camera. So that will help you gain more stability, to more robust with your Kandao QooCam AK. And because the Kandao QooCam AK has 64GB eMMC flash storage internally inside the camera, so when you first time you get the camera, you can charge and start shooting without an SD card. Actually, the name of every photo and video inside the QooCam AK was based on the date and time. So don't forget to set the correct date and time before you take the very first shot with the QooCam AK. And on the camera body, you can see that there is a Q button. It's just like the FM button on the Ricoh C31. With the Q button, you can switch to different customized mode, and you can have up to 4 customized mode inside this camera, and you can switch back and forth and have quick access to the mode, to the settings that you most frequently use settings for you to be more efficient and save your time. I insist you set the priority memory as internal storage if 64GB is good enough for you, because the read and write speed for the internal storage is much faster compared with SD card. So sometimes when you play back on the screen or on your cell phone, you will find that the horizontal line is not straight at all, or you shoot a video, the stabilization is just not exactly that precise. So that is the time you have to make an IMU calibration. You can put your camera right on your desk and hit on the IMU calibration. So after the internal auto IMU calibration, you will have the precise control of the horizontal line. On the QooCam AK, we have 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz Wi-Fi. There are 2 different settings. I insist that you can switch to 5 GHz Wi-Fi for faster transfer speed with less Wi-Fi interference. When you turn on the QooCam AK, actually, you don't have to manually set the Wi-Fi password. You can have a QR code and scan with your cell phone. You don't have to remember the password, although it's very easy. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Simple scan of the QR code. You can get access to the Wi-Fi network instantly. So although the QooCam AK has inbuilt 3000 mAh lithium battery, with AK shooting the battery drains really fast. And there are 3 more tips for you to save batteries. Number 1 is turn on the auto shutdown mode. Number 2 is to set the appropriate standby mode. And number 3, if you can accomplish all your tasks with the on-camera screen, you can turn off the Wi-Fi, and that will save you more power and give you more battery life. For the QooCam AK, the USB Type-C have different functionalities. There is a U-Disk mode if you want to copy and paste all the files internally or externally in the SD card. Or you can set a USB control mode where you can connect with your cell phone with Type-C to Type-C connector, a very high transfer speed through that OTG cable. And if you turn the QooCam AK in the U-Disk mode, not only can copy and paste all the photo and videos to a desktop, but you can also apply the mobile DNG workflow. The Kandao QooCam AK was among the first one-shot 360 cameras that equipped with onboard 3.5 microphone jack. So if you want to have the best sound quality, the best audio, I insist you plug an external microphone, especially you can plug in a wireless lavalier microphone system for you to have amazing sound quality in your video. For Type-C port on the QooCam AK, it also supports quick charge. So you can charge while shooting. That will give you more battery life. The charging speed when power off is around 9 watts, and shoot while charging, the charging speed is around 7.5, 7.8 watts. It's also very fast. For the QooCam AK, there are two internal fans, and there is a wind tunnels. So when you're holding the camera, be careful, do not block the wind tunnel for the camera to cool down really quickly. For you to capture stunning photos with QooCam AK, there are altogether 4 shooting modes on the camera screen: the photo mode, the time-lapse mode, the DNG8 shooting mode, and the SuperHDR mode. In each of the shooting modes, you can even have more options to choose different settings for you to capture the best stunning shot. If you want to have more precise control on every one of the photo mode, you can switch between the auto exposure, full manual mode, and the sports mode. For sports mode, the shutter speed will be locked to 1/15 or 100th second. It depends on your settings. For the single shooting mode, for you to capture more professional quality, you can turn on the RAW plus JPEG. For the best possible photo quality, I highly recommend you switch to the DNG8 shooting mode. I'm crazy about the DNG shooting mode, and on my channel I have shared lots of experience with DNG8 shooting mode, where you can find even more information on my YouTube channel. The QooCam AK also has the in-camera RAW plus stacking for you to boost the quality and get a 16-bit high-quality RAW file, because the QooCam AK has a very powerful chipset built inside the camera body that could compute and make stacking without ghosting. Not only you can do in-camera RAW plus, but you can also do batch. So batch process with in-camera RAW plus is another very good feature for you to capture high-quality photos on the go, share with your friends instantly with very high quality. I also shot 2 sets of DNG8 shots, because I will get altogether 16 DNG files with exactly the same settings. I can stack all the 16 files in RAW plus desktop software to have even better quality, because the more you stack, the better quality you will be. Upper limit of the RAW plus on the desk workflow is the 16. The QooCam AK also has an in-camera express DNG8 shooting mode, where you can have that option in the DNG8 mode. And when shooting in express DNG8 mode, the camera will stack in real time, and after a few seconds, you will get directly from the camera very high quality with 16-bit color depth. With the latest firmware of the Kandao QooCam AK, you can shot SuperHDR directly on the camera body with a simple touch on the SuperHDR mode. And the camera will capture 3 different settings: express DNG8 shot and stacking the camera without HDR merging. So if you want to have HDR merge, you can view on the app. The QooCam AK has a dual lens fisheye lenses on the front and the back. The chipset will take all the light into consideration. Both the front and back give you the best possible exposure settings with the auto exposure. For stunning photos, the stitching line is also very important. You don't want your viewer to see some stitching errors with your camera. So the orientation is also really important. Choose the best orientation before you press the shutter button will help you to skip more of the post-process work and make your life easier. When you view every photo on the gallery tab, you can find a small icon on the bottom left of each square, and that have different indication. It depends on how you take that shot, a DNG8 HDR or a single, a photo, a video. And with the DNG8 small logo, you can enable the in-camera RAW plus. The number one is to choose appropriate color depth, because the QooCam AK has an 8-bit color depth as well as a 10-bit color depth. For you to enjoy your life easier, 8-bit depth is already good enough. For the professional guys, if you want to have more potential in the video post-process and color grading, I insist you set to 10-bit color depth. When you shoot video with the QooCam AK, you can also set manual settings with auto exposure, manual, as well as the sports mode. And the sports mode is really important for you to avoid the motion blur. And you can have 2 settings. One of them is the 15th, and second is the 100th a second. There are two different options. The light is very dark. You can choose the 15 seconds to avoid most of the motion blur. So with the 4K 120 fps, you can take a bullet time effect like this, or you can take slow motion, slow down in post. That will also give you a very good quality with over capture. And in 4K shooting mode, you can also select 8-bit or 10-bit color depth. When you're shooting with 8K 30 fps, it's just like a burst shooting with the 8K resolution in photo mode. It's just like the camera is grabbing the 10-bit raw data in the burst rate of 30 fps. If you're shooting a video mode in 10-bit color depth, and you can grab one of the frame out from the video and post-process on that image, that will also give you a very good imaging quality. This works really well if you want to capture some amazing shot like you raise your hair. But I don't have that long hair, but you know that this is a front lens, and its exposure will rely more on the front lens and will give you an even exposure on the back and front. With the latest update of the firmware, we have a new shooting mode called the Super Vlog. So Super Vlog is a very genius design. It's just like over capture the 8K 30 fps video in real time. The camera will record all the motion data, motion sensor. The camera will directly export and over capture flat video on the QooCam app. Because of that 3.5 microphone jack, the QooCam APP could record very high sound quality with external microphone. But in the 360 video, how to hide your microphone in real time is very tricky. Actually, I have made several videos on how to totally hide your microphone and everything else in video mode. And you can find the video down in the video description. And don't forget, you can have an invisible selfie stick. With that selfie stick in your hand, that will extend your creativity with more lens. Yes, the viewpoint. The viewpoint is really important for the one-shot 360 content, for the 360 photo and video. And before you press the shutter button, before you start recording, remember to think twice. You put the camera to the best possible viewpoint. The QooCam APP is also a great camera for you to enjoy the time-lapse photography for the time-lapse video. And in time-lapse video, I suggest you set the exposure settings to the auto. And if you want to challenge the holy grail time-lapse, which you capture from the bright to dark or to the dark to bright, I insist you shot in RAW plus JPEG mode and shot with external SD card for the best capacity, and use my workflow to finalize your post-process, and finally you will get amazing shot with the holy grail time-lapse on the QooCam APP. I have worked it out, and you can find the workflow in my video, and I will put that down in the video description. When you want to stitch the time-lapse photo sequences in the QooCam Studio with the latest QooCam Studio 2.2, the gravity correction was turned off by default, and stitch all the photos with the same settings, with the same horizontal line, add those panorama imaging sequences in the Premiere, and finally you can get a very high quality time-lapse video. And don't forget the smart clip. On the QooCam app, the one of the templates was actually designed for the time-lapse photography, so don't forget to check it out. Here I would like to share with you more tips on the QooCam app. The first time you open the app on your cell phone, remember to turn off your cellular network, especially on the Android platform, because when you turn on the cellular and Wi-Fi at the same time, operating system will try to connect with the cameras through the cellular network, which is impossible. To get rid of that interference, just turn off the cellular network. In the settings of the QooCam app, you can turn on or turn off the color correction. For the daylight shooting, I suggest you can turn on the color correction to even the color from the front and back lenses to have a better result on the photo as well as video. And for the stabilization, you can turn on or off. When you're shooting a handheld, walking, or you are running, remember to turn on the stabilization for the best video or photo quality. And if you are shooting the QooCam APP just straight out on the desktop, so to avoid the drifting of the IMU sensor, I insist you turn off the stabilization. On the QooCam app, there is a hidden feature called the shutter vibration. So every time the QooCam AK finish shooting, there will be a vibration on your cell phone. That is an indication that the camera has just completed your task. And you can turn on, and that will give you a better user experience. But before that, you have to turn on the vibration mode on your cell phone to enjoy the vibration feedback. Smart Clip was designed for most users to enjoy the QooCam AK more easily. So remember to try every one of the templates in the Smart Clip and try to share your result with Smart Clip. That will definitely be the future of the One-Shot 360 camera. That will make your life easier, make the One-Shot 360 camera easier to understand and amazing to enjoy. There are actually two different positions of the album. One of them is a camera album, the other one is an app album. The camera album is the photos and videos that saved right in the memory storage of the camera body. The app album is the files you have downloaded from the camera to your cell phone. Even you disconnect with your camera, can still view the files in the app album. For the photos or the videos, I suggest you can download before you view on the QooCam app, because when you download everything locally, the viewing experience will be more precise, the quality will be better. Post-process, the editing is also a lot of fun. Remember, you can zoom in with the pinch and zoom, or you can rotate just with your two fingers like this. So you can set a different mode and try to pinch, zoom, or rotate with two fingers. So with only two fingers, you can precisely control every angle of the field of view. The QooCam AK has designed an Express AK editing mode, so you can export 4K overcapture flat video when you connect your camera with your cell phone, and they will work harmoniously together. Finally, that will deliver high quality overcapture video right on your mobile platform. If you don't want to make a nadir patch, you can turn on the nadir logo. So every time there will be a logo, the nadir, you can cover your hand or some other disgusting that on the nadir. And when you overcapture or export the photos with a different point of view, you can also turn on the QooCam AK logo. That will tell your friends what camera did you use. And for different use cases, you can export 2K instead of 4K. For the social network, personally speaking, the 4K resolution is just way too big, and the exporting speed is much slower compared with 2K, and the 2K is pretty good enough. There is one more secret on the QooCam app. So in About Kandao, you can just tap the button and have more content. You can go to the website, go to the shopping mall, go to the Facebook community, or go to the website. So you can have more possibilities when you press About Kandao. So don't forget that button, and don't forget to explore, share your user experience with all of the users around the world. If you want to enjoy the QooCam AK on a desktop, you cannot skip the QooCam Studio. So number one is actually you can drag and drop the photos and videos directly into the studio, and the studio will auto import all the things that is supported with the QooCam Studio right on the left of the software. When you are editing photos on the QooCam Studio, on the right side of the QooCam Studio, there are different options. I insist you turn on the differential, because for most of the shooting scenarios, that will probably capture some color chromatic aberration or the color fringing on the edges of the windows or some trees. And if you turn on the differential, the studio will have a very smart algorithm for you to wipe out all the fringe in the photos without having to hurt the imaging quality. And also you can set the color correction to on and off and choose the best option for each one of your photo or video. And remember, for differential and color correction, you can do batch. You can apply all the settings for all the photo and videos. And in the latest QooCam Studio 2.2, we finally have grid lines. The grid lines will help you identify the horizontal line and vertical lines that will help you capture to calibrate your photo and videos with the best accuracy. And for the video, for the stabilization, we also have 3 different modes. It's off, anti-shake, and full stabilization. Anti-shake, and that will give you a better, especially when you shoot with just like the super vlog. So for the full stabilization mode, the camera will calibrate your pitch and roll in every one of your frames. That will give you the best stabilization result. If you want to shot very challenging situations in very close-up shot, you just cannot get the perfect stitch result straight out from the studio. Luckily enough, the QooCam Studio was designed to export with unstitched panel. This is a very great feature that will export the single lens, single fisheye images, but has already been warped. So you end up will have 3 different images, and you can wipe out and correct the stitching line based on the 2 single fisheye image as well as the equirectangular panorama. So I also have some tutorials and focus on this great feature. When you shot in the 10-bit color depth, you can actually export that video into the high-end, the ProRes 422 and even in 422 HQ. For you to enjoy One-Shot 360 camera and for you to unleash all the creativity and create amazing content with QooCam AK, the accessories are the must-have for the QooCam AK. The number 1 accessory is the invisible selfie stick. Invisible selfie stick is just so important because viewpoint does really matter a lot. For the cables, for the QooCam AK, not only can have the charging cable, but you can also have Type-C to Type-C OTG cable, Type-C to Lightning, you can connect with the iPhone and the QooCam AK. And you can also have a split cable. You can charge, you can live while you're charging, connect with your phone and fast charge to your camera at the same time. In my previous video, I have recommended to you the Ulanzi BG2 PowerBank handle. So with that PowerBank handle, not only it has a 1/4-inch mount, but also it supports quick charge. It is very compatible with the QooCam AK. And mini tripod with counterweight will put your camera very stable even in windy situation. So that will prevent your camera from falling off to the ground. For the carrying bag, personally I also have a very good carrying bag because you can pack the camera and the different cables, all of them into that package. And the bag is just a very high quality and it is anti-shake. The final accessory for the QooCam AK is actually the metal cage. Actually, the metal cage was co-designed with the Ulanzi and it was finished around April in 2020. But it does not release on the market, unfortunately. But here I would like to share with you because there are many genius designs of this QooCam AK metal cage co-designed with Ulanzi. And in the future, maybe you can put it to the market if many of you want to have that amazing design. But I have to say, this cage, the design is really excellent and is really genius. I have shared with you 16 tips on the operations, 12 tips on photo, 10 tips on video, 4 tips on time-lapse, 12 tips on app, 6 tips on studio, 5 more tips on accessories. Altogether, I don't know, it's more than 16.6. So when you are talking about 16.6 tips, I mean that I will give you more than that. I hope that will help you master the QooCam AK better than anyone else. This is an ultimate tips bundle for you and you can just improve yourself in this video. Okay guys, yes, this is just really quickly and don't forget to sum up, subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Yuqing Guo. I love 360 photography and I would like to teach you to master your 360 camera like never before. Okay guys, until next time, bye.